Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Rex Rogosh, and let's queer up politics. Trump cuts LGBTQ youth suicide hotline funding mid-Pride Month. The Trump administration has announced it will eliminate funding for a suicide crisis line specifically designed for queer youth, effective just 1 month from now. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline's LGBTQ Youth Specialized Services, which offers life-saving support to queer youth in crisis, will be shut down on July 17th, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration confirmed Wednesday. The decision accelerates a previous leaked plan that aimed to close the program by October 1st. Jaymes, CEO of the Trevor Project, said, quote, "The administration's decision to remove a bipartisan, evidence-based service that has effectively supported a high-risk group of young people throughout their darkest moments is incomprehensible. The fact that this news comes to us halfway through Pride Month is callous, as is the administration's choice to remove the T from the acronym LGBTQ+ in their announcement. Transgender people can never and will never be erased," end quote. According to the Trevor Project, more than 1.8 million queer youth in the U.S. seriously consider suicide each year, and with at least one attempt every 45 seconds. The LGBTQ crisis line has already reached 1.2 million people, while the broader 988 Lifeline has served over 14 million people. In moments of national political change, the need spikes. The day after Trump's 2024 win, the Trevor Project reported a 700% increase in the crisis contacts. However, there's still hope. The funding cut isn't final. Congress has the power to reverse it. The Trevor Project is calling on legislators to restore funding for the Lifeline. Individuals can also support by visiting thetrevorproject.org/act now. This story hits hard for me. If it wasn't for services like the Trevor Project and the Hotline, I probably wouldn't be here today. As some of you might know, I founded a nonprofit here that raises money for mental health because I am a survivor of attempted suicide several times and have been hospitalized several times and been put under watch for mental health issues. So to hear this breaks my heart, because without that, I wouldn't be here today. And it again enrages me because we now are cutting services and cutting funding to services that save lives. It's not hurting anybody at all. It's a phone call that can save a life. And I'm at a loss for words.
Sure. Well, I think the numbers really do speak for themselves. The fact that there was a 700% jump the day after the election in calls to the center indicate that people are well aware that they're trying to erase us. And the fact that 14 million people use just that one service says that there are 14 million people at least who need that service. Certainly the power of the purse is with Congress, and so they can, if they want, sort that out. We do see a little bit of a trend in Congress being a bit less pro-Donald Trump because they're going back and they're getting yelled at by their constituents. And we certainly have the midterm elections where we can do a lot of good work to change the tide of this nonstop battery of attack on us. But yeah, the numbers speak for themselves. And I, for one, Rex, I am so happy you're here.
Absolutely. Thank you. And this is also a trickle-down effect. There's organizations here locally like 211 Broward. They actually man the phones for the 988 crisis hotline. So that funding gets cut, and it is a trickle-down effect. So it not only affects nationally, but it affects everybody. And I'm hopeful. And you're right. Congress has been pushing back a little bit, and so again, unfortunately, this administration is throwing shit at the wall, literally, and seeing what sticks.
Yep.
And I'm just hoping that this moves past just the LGBT marker of people. This is little Johnny in the middle of Oklahoma.
That's right.
Who doesn't know what to do or know where to go, and that's someone's son. So I'm hoping that people listen, or that's someone's brother, or that's someone's nephew, or that's someone's neighbor or classmate. And I hope that they realize that with this happening, that little Johnny could be gone.
Sure. Well, and it's important that we remember on all levels, right? It's important that folks know that there is help there, right?
Yes.
And that we support that. But it's also extremely important that, and I'm going to say mothers and fathers, but I'm going to say mothers know that your kid who you don't think is gay and doesn't have an outlet like this, they might wind up dead because they don't have that service. And the fact that you as a person have ignored that or have supported an administration that undermines it and doesn't support it, that's on you. And that's a hard thing that you need to take to bed with yourself at night.
Absolutely.
Well, that's the big LGBTQ story for today. There's no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.